Here with Union County head coach Steve Smith, 2-6 for the Patriots last season in Class 3A. Coach taking over the program as legendary Coach Kerr stepping down. First, let's reflect on everything that Coach Kerr has meant to that Union County program.
Well, he's been everything. He came in at a low point when they were considering shutting down the program. He managed to, get the facilities up to speed. He got the kids out. And, if you don't have players, you don't have a team. And he's really good at motivating the players. I was assistant for him for 2 years, then for a year under his son, Josh, and learned a lot. And can't say enough good things about Coach Kerr.
I know you've been to a number of places, and then, with this Union County program now, what is different about taking over the program now compared to, obviously some of those tough days that he was able to improve the program from?
Well, now, if we hadn't had COVID, we were really, we'd made the playoffs. We've been one game away from making the playoffs, and COVID hit. And like everybody else, we struggled. And sometimes, though, when you've just barely, climbed out of the basement, it's not hard to get knocked back in. So we went through a couple of tough seasons. The good thing is the kids saw they could win. Their younger brothers, cousins, whoever, just other students saw, hey, we can win some games here. So it's just not quite as hard to get kids to come out. Whereas before, it literally, it was hard nosed across the line in a lot of cases. We have a lot of kids that played as freshmen and sophomores that are going to be juniors and seniors this year. So we have a lot of game experience coming back. But, it's still a community that's spread out over a wide area. Sometimes it takes a long amount of time to get to the school. So during the summer, sometimes we have trouble with reliable transportation for some of the kids that live off on the farther corners of the county. So that's probably the biggest challenge is getting kids to and from practice when the buses aren't running. But on the positive side, as we get kids older that can drive, can catch rides and stuff, that kind of takes care of itself to a degree.
So what are your numbers? What kind of numbers do you have this year? I know the summer is tough, but do you feel like your numbers are growing and going in the right direction?
Yeah, absolutely. We had upwards of high 30s, low 40s last year. Mm-hmm. This year it looks like we're going to have in the mid 50s to low 60s.
Okay. And what will be different? You guys going to tweak anything in terms of style of play, any of that kind of stuff on either side of the ball this year?
Well, we actually only had 2 coaches that were actually on staff last year. We had a lot of guys that came in and helped, but because of COVID and people not having enough employees, it was very irregular as to when you could know when somebody was coming. This year we have 6 coaches on staff. That's going to help tremendously, and I think we're going to be able to coach some of the finer points and definitely have a much improved pickup on special teams where we really suffered last year.
We'll ask you about a couple of the players that you've brought with you one by one. Let's start with a couple of guys that play on both sides of the ball, like a lot of your players do on the offensive line and a linebacker. We'll start with Chase Odom.
Chase is a really good kid. He's solid, never misses a practice. He won't admit to it, but he's a pretty smart kid. He's one of my guards and linebackers. We run a sort of a wing T derivative offense, so the guards are a very, very important aspect of that offense. And he really is a sort of a rock and a team leader as far as what I think of him. He's always doing the right thing. He's always in the right spot, and he's always giving you 100% effort.
And Matthew Parson.
Mr. Parsons is basically he and Chase are kind of peas in a pod. Also, they're straight A students. Never miss a practice. He's also one of the other guards that we have. We roll people and stuff, but he's one of the 2 starters, and he's very reliable. He plays bigger than his physical size might indicate. He has great technique, and people have fits with him when they have to line up on the other side.
Awesome. Coach, best of luck this year. Great to talk to you.
All right. Thank you very much. It's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. That is Union County head coach Steve Smith.